What's going on, my fellow archers? My name is Artemis Arrow. Welcome back to our death battle reactions. Alright, this is Venom versus Crona. I don't know who to pick for this one because I love Venom. I love Age of Venom. I love Eddie Brock Venom. I also love Crona. Love the Death Sword. Love him to death. I don't know who to pick for this one, so I'm just going to keep myself surprised on this one. I don't want either of them to lose, but I don't know. Oh well, it's gonna be a great fight either way. If you guys enjoy and want to see more, please hit the like button down below. I will be doing these every Wednesday, but sometimes, when I catch up for every episode every Wednesday, but you guys know what I mean. Let's get started. 3, 2, 1. Hey Rooster Teeth, can't wait to see you for the new Ruby reaction. 6 weeks, guys! 6 weeks!
It's always nice to have a best friend attached to your hip. Like me and my shotgun leg.
But these two take
This man's got a freaking shotgun leg.
Venom, the lethal symbiote and Spider-Man's best frenemy.
And Crona, the deadly demon sword from Soul Eater.
He's Wiz and I'm Boomstick.
And it's our job to analyze their weapons, armor, and skills to find out who would win
A death battle. Yo, I'm actually very, very curious on who's gonna win this.
At the beginning of time, in the faraway reaches of space.
Because I've seen Venom vs. Bane, and Venom won that.
One
Obviously.
of these amorphous symbiotes was Venom.
Who was a freaking loser? Hey, don't look at me, all the goop aliens were saying it. So they kicked the poor slime ball straight off the planet.
In its exile, the symbiote underwent a number of misadventures which firmly shaped its personality. It bonded to a heroic Kree soldier rescuing refugees, a violent monster who committed genocide, and
Deadpool.
Apparently Deadpool.
Yeah, that's why I went
Venom's so
insane.
messed up in the head.
Eventually, the symbiote was discovered by Peter Parker, your friendly neighborhood Spider-Man.
It gave him a pretty slick black suit and awesome new
Best
powers. But
Spider-Man
after
suit.
Finding out it was a confused, raging psychopathic alien, Pete decided to exercise it with the power of Christian Rock.
A wise decision, although
Spectacular
ill-timed,
Spider-Man,
as
still
this
best
event
Spider-Man
caused
series.
the symbiote
Changed my
to finally
mind.
Meet its greatest partner,
Eddie
Edward
Brock.
Eddie was a journalist with the unluckiest backstory ever. While trying to uncover the identity of a serial killer, he blamed the wrong guy. The same day he published his article, Spidey caught the real killer, who lived right next door to the dude Eddie blamed.
Long story short,
Oof.
Eddie was fired from his job, divorced by his wife, and disowned by his father.
Who already blamed Eddie for his wife dying in childbirth.
On top of all of that,
Again,
Eddie learned
oof.
he developed adrenal cancer, with only a few months left to live.
Man, and I thought
man
2020 was
sucks.
rough. I almost don't blame him for becoming a supervillain.
With all hope lost, he begged God to take it all away, and got an answer. The symbiote.
Just like Captain Planet, with their powers combined, these two losers became a super loser.
A super
well, no,
loser?
They actually became a horrifying monster with all of Spider-Man's powers and then some.
Their mutual hatred of Spider-Man caused the symbiote to bond to Eddie like no host ever before. They were perfect, a terror in the night, an unstoppable demon. They
We're Venom.
It even cured Eddie's cancer.
Sort of, it's complicated.
Apart from Spider-Man's webbing and web-crawling powers, Venom can use shape-shifting to mold his body into cool doodads. Swords, shields, tendrils, worm monster things, even wings. Yeah, imagine seeing this guy flying outside your
Yo,
window.
I'd run for my life just knowing I wasn't going to get away.
Venom can camouflage his entire body, heal severe wounds like impalement and lost limbs, see all around him at once, and psychically project emotions onto others.
Normally, this just makes people feel sorry for themselves, like Wiz on Tinder. But one time he convinced a bunch of
Wiz
other
on Tinder.
symbiotes that life was meaningless and they killed themselves. Shit, that's dark.
If desperate, the
Huh.
symbiote can even invade the bodies of others and make them burst from inside out.
Gross and awesome. But if he doesn't want to pop them like a fun balloon, he can just take over their body like a creepy puppet master.
While attached to a victim, Venom can control them by fusing the symbiote to their nervous system, specifically the brainstem and frontal lobes. Fighting off this mind control is extremely difficult unless you have powers that can directly counter it, such as another symbiote.
Oh god, aliens, tentacles, and mind control? Are we sure this episode is rated E for everyone, or do we need to start blurring stuff?
Don't worry, aside from being a horrible mass murderer, Venom's stories are completely wholesome.
Really?
Venom proved a dangerous thorn in Spider-Man's
That's
side
a
and
lie.
frequently ruined his life. even taking a page out of my favorite book, The Most Dangerous Game, and hunting him on a private island.
Yeah, he was the coolest rival ever, but over the years, things kinda calmed down a bit. They even teamed up every so often.
See, even with so much anger, Eddie had a legitimate desire to protect others. As a teenager stealing his dad's car, he accidentally ran over and killed a child.
Oof.
Despite his desire to confess, his father forced him to plead innocent and rigged the jury. The guilt has weighed him down ever since. So while Venom does have a hunger for human brains, he'd rather eat the face off a criminal than an innocent person.
Venom's as tough as they come. He survived Ghost Rider's penance stare. He's strong enough to toss a tank hundreds of feet up, and fast enough to take down Spidey 2099, who
2099
here while it was moving 2,000 times the speed of sound.
Although Venom does not possess the spider sense that allows Parker to react in microseconds, he can still keep up with all the usual Spidey gallery. Plus, while symbiotes have a severe weakness to high-pitched sound and heat, he's developed resistances to them.
Like when he took this giant explosion, or when he survived a sonic scream from some mutant gremlins that shattered all glass within 10 miles.
While he may be tougher to take down than most other symbiotes,
I'm honestly
Venom
wondering
never
if he can
fully
take
overcame
on
his
Black
weaknesses.
Canary's
However,
scream.
his symbiotic genes provide far more help than harm.
I've always
This
wondered that.
includes
I don't know
traits and memories
if he
from
could or
other
not.
hosts, like Scorpion and Flash Thompson.
Wait. Bullets are a genetic trait? How do I pass that down?
Venom would certainly need a lot of firepower to survive an encounter with the symbiote god.
Oh, geez, here we go.
Here we go again.
At first, the Clintar symbiotes were seen as a peaceful people. But turns out they were actually living weapons forged by the primordial deity Null in an attempt to conquer the universe.
And I bet next up, Marvel decides they're magic maple syrup people from Asgardian IHOP. But okay, cosmic sludge made by alien Satan. Let's go with that.
Despite it all, Eddie and the symbiote have proven they're far more than the dark legacy the Clintar were intended for. They've even gained the respect of the Avengers and eventually considered Spider-Man a friend. Sort of. It's complicated.
Eddie really is the best pal Venom could have found. And let's be real, he just looks freaking badass.
That he does. Even in your nightmares. I love Venom.
In ancient
Now for
times,
Crona.
a demonic being known as the Kishin ravaged humanity,
Ashura.
nearly driving all mankind into the depths of madness. This monster could only be defeated and sealed away by the god of death.
So, why is the literal god of death so goofy looking? You ever seen Death Note? Hell, even Thanos' girlfriend is scarier than this clown.
If you are unfamiliar with the world of Soul Eater, prepare yourself. It's different.
Well, not wanting a return of the apocalypse, Death and his oven mitts founded a school, Death Academy.
Here,
DWMA.
warriors called Meisters would train to fight evil using the power of their souls.
They even got neat demon weapons that doubled as people. Together, they learned courage, chivalry, unbreakable friendship. You know, all that anime crap.
Crona Gorgon was not one of these students.
Buckle up,
Unfortunately.
it's all Gloomsville from here. Deal with it.
I don't think I know how to deal with this situation.
Throughout their childhood, Crona was abused by their mother, Medusa, a witch obsessed with the legendary Kishin.
You can see where this is going. Anime Uma Thurman was such a fangirl she figured, hey, why don't I make my own Kishin? So she used her child as a guinea pig in a bunch of crazy experiments. You know, it kind of sounds like
I hate you,
something
Medusa.
do is-
I hate
Don't
Medusa
be
so
silly.
much.
I only use actual guinea pigs. Part of Medusa's great experiment included bonding Crona to a weapon, much like the Meisters of Death Academy. However, joining with Ragnarok was a bit more literal.
Ragnarok used to be your run-of-the-mill transforming weapon person until Medusa melted him alive in black blood.
Black blood being another experiment of hers. Crona's own blood is, in fact, this same black blood, which they can remotely control. It can be used to heal wounds and even harden as a sort of internal armor.
Cooking rags in black blood turned him into a brand new weapon that was literally poured into Crona's bloodstream.
From that point on, Crona and Ragnarok were two halves of the same person. The meek and tortured child firmly attached to their loud and brazen weapon.
And Raggy has that black blood control too. They can yank poor Crona around like a puppet. They can use black blood to create wings, thorny vines, all kinds of weapons, and big-ass needles.
Yeah.
I hate needles. What's up with that mouth when he transforms into a sword?
Scream
That
resonance.
thing's messed
Scream
up.
Like the
resonance.
Meisters, Crona can wield their own soul
Scream
in combat,
resonance!
amplified by Ragnarok as a technique called Scream Resonance. Think of it like hooking an electric guitar up to an amp. though more akin to a screeching banshee on LSD.
I didn't know you.
Stronger than the soul, the stronger the stroll, the stronger the scream.
It's incredibly powerful, causing internal damage
His
to
ears
foes
are
and
bleeding.
making Ragnarok vibrate to increase his cutting power. Hey, are you okay?
What?
With this weapon at their side, Crona set out on a quest to become a Kishi, which required quite a lot of homicide.
Yeah.
Ragnarok can absorb the souls of dead people, and supposedly enough souls will turn Crona into the Kishin. So they went around slaughtering hundreds of people.
Despite their name, Death Academy wasn't exactly a fan, particularly their star student, Maka Albert.
Don't worry, she.
You want to know something? I did not have this entire thing in full screen. My bad, guys.
As a pawn in Medusa's mission, Crona gained several levels of new potential, notably after gaining or absorbing the powers of the monstrous Black Clown, the
Oh,
demon tool
dear.
Blue, and even Ashura, the original Kishi.
Oh,
Which
man.
increased Crona's abilities, especially the black blood. Now Crona
Yo,
can turn
mad
her entire
blood.
body into goop, and the slightest touch could inflict madness. That's madness with a capital M, by the way.
This madness is a corruptive effect that causes targeted variants of delusion or obsession, often spread as a wavelength. The wavelength of Crona's mad blood specifically causes violent psychosis.
Crona may be a pawn, but they're a badass. They can cut through a whole ghost ship, cover the moon with sound waves, open the moon's mouth? What the hell is wrong with
Oh,
that?
right, I remember that.
Crona and Ragnarok have held their own against multiple Death Academy students, including Maka, Death the Kid, and Black Star.
Sometimes all at once.
Kid once flew from Nevada to Egypt in less than a minute, and Black Star is even faster. He's dodged lasers and been tracked moving over 20 kilometers in 6 microseconds while approaching Baba Yaga Castle.
And Crona's been able to make enough mad blood to crush a whole goddamn Ukrainian city.
While this city isn't named, we can use a similar metropolitan area in Ukraine, Kiev, for instance. With this in mind, Crona must have created over 9 trillion tons of black blood, enough to fill over
Yo.
6 billion Olympic swimming pools.
But Crona's a big leap from invincible. They've had their shit kicked in plenty of times, and their hardened black blood can only block so much.
Even then, Medusa's plan ultimately succeeded. After years of scheming, Crona absorbed the power of Ashura and became a Kishi.
Well, more like Kishin absorbed Crona, but close enough.
But with the power of friendship, Crona ironically wound up defeating the Kishin once and for all. Despite their life being nothing but destruction, Crona was the one who ultimately saved the world.
Manga Death Now's better than the anime. I'm sorry, guys.
This wavelength that made everyone obsessed with boobs. Truly a positive effect on people everywhere.
Just give up. I'm tired of trying to figure out how to deal with you.
Oh, Crona, you're adorable.
All right, the combatants are set, and we've run the data through all possibilities.
But first, instead
All right,
of chewing on
here we
red
go.
and souls, how about chewing on blue? Here's
It's time for a death battle! Let's go!
Hello? I want to be alone.
Hey, pay attention, you turd. Aha, lucky day. 2 brains for the price of 1.
I don't think I can handle this right now.
Let's go, Crona!
Your mind is ours. Dinner time.
Yeah, no. Scream resonance! Let's go, Crona! I know I said I'd be cheering for both, but oh man, Crona's getting, yo, Crona.
He's gone?
No, he ain't.
What is he?
We are the ones hiding under your bed. Teeth ground sharp and eyes glowing red.
Ooh. Yo, Venom, let's go! Yo, even Crona's like, wow, that was a little intense.
Your blood.
I know.
I know. It's black!
Black.
It's black!
Wake up, stupid!
Just seeing the moon in the background is hilarious. I honestly do think Venom's gonna win this. Well, maybe. Yeah, Venom. Yeah, actually, Venom might actually. Maybe. Actually, Crona's. Oh man, Crona's actually.
We are the darkness.
We are your nightmare. We are Venom!
I hate you.
Yeah. Okay. Yep. That was sick!
Man, these symbiotes really need to stop picking fights with pink-haired anime characters. They're fucking crazy.
Venom
That they
is
are.
certainly a tricky opponent. His shape-shifting.
Well done,
camouflage
Crona!
multitude of
Well
items kept
done!
Crona on guard. Unfortunately, Venom lacked the power needed to keep up a prolonged fight.
Yeah, Crona matching Black Star's speed makes for a pretty clear difference. Crona
Yeah.
could reach Mach 9,000, while Venom only topped out around Mach 2,000.
And while Venom has shown incredible physical strength that puts Spider-Man to shame, he could never compete with 9 trillion tons of Mad Blood.
Which, by the way, that precise control of the black blood totally meant Crona could push out any of Venom's attempt at being a puppeteer.
And Crona's shown even greater feats of strength as well. Assuming all of the Moon's teeth are similar in size and stone, opening this jaw is equivalent to lifting over 10,000 tons.
Of course, the final nail in Eddie's coffin.
Yo, I gotta reread Soul Eater just to relive that amazingness.
Somewhat. Recall that Venom did gain a notable resistance to sound attacks, so we needed to determine if Crona's sonic waves were great enough to
Resistance.
affect
It didn't mean he was
the
immune.
You know those gremlins who shattered every window in
Think of
10
it as
miles
Bronze
of
Zord
attack?
heat proof.
The
You can
symbiote
reduce the
barely
damage,
survived
but
so
it
that's a
still
good
takes the
high end to look
damage.
It takes at least 100 decibels to shatter glass normally. To cover that much distance, the combined sonic blast must have equaled about 244 decibels. In contrast, in order to
Sorry,
affect
let me
the
explain that better.
Crona's
You can
sonic waves
reduce
must
heat
have
proof.
reached over
You reduce the
275
damage of
decibels.
fire type moves, but you still take the
Considering
damage from
the
fire
real
type
size and
moves.
shape of the moon. Ugh, just look at that freaky thing.
Sure, 275 doesn't seem that much more than 244, but decibels increase on a logarithmic rate. This means Crona's sound attack was actually over 1,000 times stronger.
Vinny for sure wasn't surviving that.
Eddie and the symbiote held their own with versatility, but Crona and Ragnarok had them beat in destructive power, blistering
Yeah.
speed, and an arsenal that could take advantage of Venom's key weakness.
Looks like Venom just got Ragnaroked.
The winner is Crona.
Gosh darn it, Boomstick.
Thanks.
Well done, Crona. Well done. That was a good fight. That was a good fight. I'm not even gonna lie. I love Crona. I love Soul Eater. Like I said, I'm about to actually take the rest of the day off and reread the Soul Eater manga. Oh my gosh, that was amazing.